Alright, so I'm gonna do a video kind of showing off how I build my houses. So the first thing you want to make sure is that it's lined up properly with how you want it. Here, so I kind of made a mistake here, so I'm gonna go ahead and fix that real quick. Alright, so as you can see, I have kind of reorganized my town that I showed you guys in the last video. I'm still placing grass down and fixing my houses. So I have every single one of my NPCs right now has a house at this very moment, but I still have to go get more. And I don't know if I like this for the collector's house, this green that I did, but I'm still deciding if I want to get rid of it and just do regular like the rest of them. But I kind of want to do each of them kind of matching their own little personalities. But anyways, so this is how I do it. So I make sure it's lined up properly. So this is 2.5 blocks away from this. And that's what it is on this side as well. So that it's lined up properly so that it does what I want it to do. So I want the paths to be kind of, so like here's the path here. And then here's a path kind of in the center of where the grass is for this house here. Maybe not perfectly in the center, but it's close enough. Like as you can see, these two I kind of messed up. This one is farther back than that one, and that's okay. It doesn't have to be absolutely perfect, especially for your first starter build. I'm kind of going for, I did the same thing here. Oh no, this one's actually lined up properly. But anyway, for your first starter build, like you want it to be kind of like man-made looking, or at least that's what I'm going for. Like these guys built these houses themselves, so it's very simple to make. So this is a 5x4x2. So from like this corner back, there's 5 of this sized block right here, and there's 6 from this corner back. So this is the x2, and then from this corner to this corner, there's 4. So that's kind of what I did for that one. And I made sure that they were all lined up properly. And then the stairs determines where the pathing is going to go. So I kind of put the stairs in between these two here, like this. And that determines where the pathing is going to go, because I'm going to show you, you cut out, there should be about 11 or 12 going from here to this path here, which this path is gonna obviously expand. I haven't done that yet, and you just cut them out in front of this to make the path, and you do it as long as the stairs are, like that. So then I usually do the path last. So then once you have these blocks laid out, you place this. So I think that's a little too far back. And I can kind of try to center it like this. And I try to make it so that it lines up with that edge there. So that does. And then, okay, I don't have the locking on. That can also affect whether or not you have the locking on, can affect how they sit. So you want to make sure. Yeah, so that's correct right there. I'm gonna make sure that's on. And so then I go from this edge to this edge. I make sure that lines up properly. And then I go on this side. And there have been times when I haven't lined it up properly and you can tell it looks weird. So I want to make sure it lines up properly with the edge there. Because I don't want the edge showing on the outside or on the inside. Come on. Like that. And then I do this side. And so I have this routine down of making these because I made so many of these already. Alright, and then I do that kind of partial wall there. And then I go down and do my roofs. So I put this one, I do the corners first. I also do this on my Steam Deck usually while I'm watching TV. Especially because I was making so many houses at once, like all really close together. So it was better to do while I was doing something else, kind of. Especially for my ADHD brain. But this is a very simple house build. So I placed the roofs. Alright. And then I come out here and I put down some stairs just so I can get to the top of the roof so I can finish it off. And then I use this. So I use the ceiling pieces instead of the roof pieces because I just think that they look better. That's just my personal opinion. They're easier to place properly as well so it doesn't look weird. I just think that they look better. So that's what I've used for all of these. And then for this part, I keep the stairs there because I'm going to need them again in a second. And you can do this part before you go up on the roof the first time. That's kind of probably the best way to do it, but I like to make things a little bit more difficult than they need to be. So I wait until after I do that and then I do this. So, and then you go back down and you use the smaller roof pieces. And you can do this. Usually they don't hang down. I'm trying to do this in a way that I usually do. Here we go. Like that. Yeah, that's about right. And so, like this part of the build, you do that, and then you go over and you do this. Place those, and it comes together on top. And then you come down here and you can get rid of the stairs because you're done with the roof. And now, before you can do anything on the inside, you want to do this. And this is why I have the stone block. And remove snapping. Take snapping off because you are going to want it off to be able to place this how you want it. So you want it to be like this. Like right on the edge of the corner. And that gives that some support on the front. More support. And then on this side. Go. And then on the back corners, you just place the pillars so that they touch the roof. So that they're right on the edge of the corner, and then they touch the roof. And then this part. There we go. And then you take these pieces. It's called a door frame, right? No. I don't know. Door frame. Column. Window frame, yeah. So it's the top piece that's called the door frame here. So it's this piece. You keep snapping off because it won't go properly. And this is how I make my trim. So I just put it right on the edge. And I put it on the top part too. Like this. And you do that all the way around. Make sure it gets lined up. You place a piece. And this could probably work with any combination of blocks, so if you want to make it look a little bit more fancy, I would experiment with different blocks to do this with. I'm just doing it with these same blocks right now because that's just kind of how I started doing it. And I want like my towns to all look the same, but in a different town, if I do this same type of house, which I'll probably tweak it a little bit, like add a basement and an attic or a second floor or something. I'll probably tweak it a little bit for future builds, but this was just so easy to do early game, like right when I opened the game and I got like my first stuff unlocked. Thank you all for watching. If you're enjoying the video, please smash that subscribe button. It would really help out the channel. Let's get back to it. So you do this all the way across. But once you unlock more building blocks and things to do this with, then you can use different ones. And it could look even nicer than this. So I'm not that skilled at building, so I find simpler to be better. And this is honestly the first time I've made a house that has actually looked like a house. So, and a lot of you guys really liked seeing the simpler builds. So I think I'm going to make more of these videos showing off kind of what I do to mitigate the fact that I'm terrible at building. How I keep things simple. So I'm going to finish this off. Last little bit on top here. Alright, so that's how I did the outside part. Now for the inside part. So this is the part where we cut out the windows. So how I do this is I do 1, 2, 3. So 3 by 2 on this side. And then I'll put a window in there. But I don't have any in my inventory right now, so we're just going to do this and then we'll go get some. But then I do... So then I count 1, 2, 3, 4 over. 1, 2, 3 up. And then I do a double. So this is going to have 2 windows inside it. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. And I do the same thing all the way around. And for this last one, I do it 3 over instead of 4 over. Just so that there can be a window there. And the reason for that is, again, for these early builds, when you don't have a lot of lighting options, you have the wall torches, but that's probably about it. You want to have all of this natural light come in. So I like to have lots of windows. For these early builds at least. You see how as I'm making this, the light streams in? I made this one too big. Hitting all the wrong buttons. There we go. Did I do that when I... Yes, you can walk through the windows, but that won't be the case for long. Okay, no, I did good. Okay, I had to make sure. So... Yeah, I made that too big. There we go. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's 4 across and then 3 up, 4 across. Alright, windows are done. So now hold tight while I go grab some windows to put in the windows. Alright, so I have gotten quite a few items to place in our new home. One of which is some torches. So I placed 2 of these on the outside here like this. So you have to have a porch light, right? And I placed 2 on the inside, and this adds quite a bit of light. I placed 1 in between each of the windows. And I was not able to make enough for this build yet to completely fill this, but you can see what I'm doing. In between each and every one of the windows, there's going to be a torch like this. and it's going to go all the way around. So then that adds quite a bit of light to the build. And then what I do is I can place down the bed. Actually, hold on. Where's my windows? I'll place the windows first because that's the easiest way to do it. So you put the windows in first, because then you don't have to work around any of the other like furniture and stuff to do it. So these windows are the ones that you make in the workbench. So they're very simple. All it takes is some wood, I believe, to make them. So, and I didn't pull out all of the furniture that I use for these builds into my inventory. We can place the door. But I pulled out enough so I can kind of show you. So every NPC needs a bed, right? So you find the spot that you find best. Each house has the bed in a different spot, because it doesn't really matter the layout on the inside of the house. Here. So then I place a fireplace, and you can use, like, I'm using this fireplace, but you're not going to have this one available to you immediately, so you can use the other early game fireplace to start with, and then you can increase, like, this table too, and the bed also is not available like immediately, and then you can increase you know, the quality of what you put in the houses and even upgrade stuff. So, and then the window boxes, or not window boxes, but these, oh yeah, see, I didn't put the railings in. Hold on while I go get the rest of what I need for this. Yeah. Alright, I'm back and I have the rest of what we need for the build. So, the railings are just these, what are they called? Let me show you guys what they're called. These stone fences. So, you get these pretty early on in the game. And even, when you first get it though, you don't have to put these railings in. I started doing this after I unlocked them, because I like having a railing on. So this is another example of how, like, you would upgrade your build as you get more materials to do so. And then the reason why is you line these up with that. What's the other one I was gonna use? So you line the flower boxes up, and that gives it a little bit of color on the porch. And then I usually place a bench for them to sit on outside. They can sit on their porches on the bench there. And a garden gnome, which if you did the Twitch drops, you can redeem as much as you want under the Twitch section of the menu, which I can show you here in just a second, and I usually place one there. So here's how you do that. If you get your Twitch drops, this is where you redeem them, and there's the garden gnome. You can redeem them as often as you want to. So that's what I do on the outside. And then on the inside, I place a bed, a table, and this will have chairs around it. I just didn't feel like getting the chairs because I have to get more materials. But yeah. What I have here, there. But I always like to put like a nightstand next to the bed, and the more furniture you have that gives comfort, the more comfort your comfort level will be. It'll go up. So mine's level 29 because I don't usually have that much furniture, but even so, like, that's pretty good. And then I put a little rug there, and this one goes on the porch. Forgot about it. This simple fur rug goes on the porch. You make the rugs at the Hunter. I also was able to find a few more of these in my inventory. So I'm going to go ahead and place those down. Like, this does not take very long to build. And then, what else? I think that's it. That's all I put in here to do for this one. So, oh, there's these. Sometimes I like to have a runner in front of the door like this. So I do put that there. And I also, will sometimes put one. Actually, I use the smaller ones in front of the fireplace. Like that. And I put it kind of somewhat underneath. And you can fill this out with furniture as you get more furniture to fill it out with, of course. And for my crafters, I put the crafting stuff inside their houses as well. Except for the farmer, their seed thing is on the porch. I'll show you. I think she's down there. But like that is, here, I'm going to show you the outside. So that is the build. We just built that. So I'm going to show you what I did with the farmer. And for the hunter, can't find the farmer's thing. The hunter, I put the wyvern head on there. Sorry about that. So that's something else you can do too. Here's the farmer. So I put this on the outside there. And then once I finish her yard, this will also go outside in the yard as kind of like a campfire type situation. Look, there's my cat. I have a cat. I also have 2 dogs. I found a second one. But yeah, so that's kind of how that's gonna go. There's my second dog. So, and all of these are gonna have yards, of course. Anywhere that isn't a path is most likely gonna be grass. And I think I'm going to replace, because I got rid of my barn so that I could redo all this. So I'm probably going to put it here. And I'm going to make it better than what it was. So, yeah. So that's my build. That's how I'm doing the houses. And there you go. There's your tutorial. I hope you all enjoyed the video. Don't forget to subscribe if you did. And I'll see you guys in the next one.